In the rugged expanses of the 19th century frontier, where legends were born and lives were defined by grit and survival, one name echoes with a mix of awe and fear: Liver-Eating Johnson. Today, join us as we unravel the remarkable and often gruesome story of this infamous mountain man, a figure whose life was as wild as the untamed landscapes he roamed. From fur trapper to brave lawman, this is the saga of Liver-Eating Johnson, a true embodiment of the untamed spirit of the Old West. So buckle up as we journey back in time to explore the life and legacy of a man who became a legend in his own right.
John Liver-Eating Johnson is known in history as a sailor, mountain man, Indian fighter, and lawman who earned the moniker of Liver-Eating because he allegedly killed several Crow Indians and ate their livers. His real name was William Garrison, and he was born in Little York, New Jersey, in July of 1824 to Isaac Garrison and Eliza Mettler. Initially a sailor, Johnson joined the Navy during the Mexican-American War. However, a momentous decision altered the course of his life when, after a confrontation with an officer, he deserted the Navy and assumed the identity of John Johnston. This marked the beginning of his odyssey to the untamed West. He went first to Montana, where he worked as a trapper, miner, wagon master, scout, tour guide, whiskey peddler, and supplier of cordwood to passing steamboats. Notably, he also served with the Union during the Civil War, a conflict that claimed the life of his brother at Cold Harbor, Virginia. Johnston is purported to have married a Flathead woman named the Swan, who, according to lore, met a tragic end at the hands of the Crow. Subsequently, tales emerged of Johnson engaging in a personal vendetta against the Crow, allegedly slaying any Crow warrior he encountered. Rumors and legends about Johnson are common. Perhaps chief among them is that in 1847, according to this story, tragedy struck when Johnson's wife, a member of the Flathead American Indian tribe, fell victim to a young Crow brave and his companions. The alleged act of vengeance that ensued catapulted Johnson into the realm of legend. Historian Andrew Mahane Sutherland suggests that in response to his wife's death, Johnson embarked on a relentless vendetta against the Crow. As the tale unfolds, Johnson's retribution is said to have been gruesome. Supposedly, he not only killed and scalped over 300 Crow Indians, but went to the macabre extent of devouring their livers. This grisly ritual, meant to avenge the loss of his wife, earned him the chilling moniker Liver-Eating Johnson. As his notoriety spread, Johnson became a feared figure in the West, with accounts emphasizing his practice of cutting out and consuming the liver of each slain Crow. One tale ascribed to Johnson, while other sources ascribe it to Boone Helm, is that while on a foray of over 500 miles in the winter to sell whiskey to his Flathead kin, he was ambushed by a group of Blackfoot warriors. The Blackfoot planned to sell him to the Crow, his mortal enemies. He was stripped to the waist, tied with leather thongs, and put in a teepee with one guard. Undeterred, Johnson managed to break through the straps. He then knocked out the guard with a kick, took his knife, and scalped him. He escaped into the woods and fled to the cabin of Del Guay, his trapping partner, a journey of about 200 miles. After a tumultuous 25-year journey, marked by countless skirmishes and the demise of numerous Crow warriors, Johnson eventually reconciled with the very tribe he once considered enemies. The Plains Indian Wars of the mid-19th century continued to cast a shadow of violence and territorial disputes over the West, encompassing not only the Crow, but also other tribes, notably the Sioux and the Blackfoot. Dapiak Absaroka, Crow Killer, as Johnson came to be known, along with his fellow mountain men, left an indelible mark on this turbulent era. In 1864, seeking a new chapter, Johnson enlisted as a private in Company H, 2nd Colorado Cavalry, of the Union Army in St. Louis, and was honorably discharged the following year. During the 1880s, he was appointed deputy sheriff in Coulson, Montana, and a town marshal in Red Loch, Montana. In his time, he was a sailor, scout, soldier, gold seeker, hunter, trapper, woodhawk, whiskey peddler, guide, deputy, constable, and log cabin builder, taking advantage of any source of income-producing labor he could find. His final residence was in a veteran's home in Santa Monica, California. In December 1899, he was admitted to a veterans hospital in Los Angeles, California, where he died of peritonitis on January 21, 1900. He was buried in nearby Sawtell National Cemetery. However, in the early 1970s, his body was moved to Cody, Wyoming, where it now rests at Old Trail Town with several other local Old West characters. This relocation resulted from a 6-month campaign led by 25 7th-grade students and their teacher. His epitaph, a poignant declaration, simply reads, "No more trails. Rumors of the source of his nickname vary. Let liver eating continue the story."
We was attacked by Injuns, and we licked 'em good. There was 15 of us, and we killed 36 of them and wounded 60. It was toward the close of the fight that I got my name. I was just getting my blood up and feeling like fighting. We was short of ammunition, and as I saw an Injun running toward the cover, I threw my gun to Bill Martin and took Bill's knife. I wasn't going to waste no good cartridges on him, for I could lick any Injun I laid my paws on. I was considered the best shot with a rifle in Montana at that time, but I wanted to save my cartridges.
The liver eater continues.
We had a 300-yard run to the bushes. I threw him down just at the edge of the brush. Then I scalped him, and then I sang and danced some more. Then I ran my knife into him and killed him, and part of his liver came out with the knife. Just then, a sort of squeamish old fellow named Ross came running up. I waved the knife with the liver on it in the air, and I cried out, "Come on and have a piece. It'll stay in your stomach till dinner." And I kind of made believe to take a bite.
An article in a St. Paul, Minnesota newspaper quoted an unnamed Army officer critical of Johnson's conduct. The liver eater did not let it slide. Johnson wrote,
"So far as a Zand goes, I don't need to go to any second lieutenant for it. I have been in 40 different Indian fights and have fought them from California to the Gulf of Mexico. I've killed more Indians than all the officers of the 7th Cavalry put together, throwing in their regiment for good measure. If the dirty, cowardly officer who tried to stab my reputation will publish his name, the first time that I strike his trail, I'll make him think a section of the Day of Judgment has struck him. My adventures and my conduct are known pretty well through the West, and I don't need to go away from home to get a certificate of good character, but it does rile me when a whelp of an officer that was nearly scared to death in one little campaign comes barking and snarling at my heels when I can count twice as many coups as he can toes and fingers."
Johnson went on to deride the unnamed officer as a
poltroon, who is much braver in attacking a beefsteak than a hostile camp.
Several legends surround Johnston, some of which are the basis for the movie Jeremiah Johnson by Sidney Pollack, starring Robert Redford, depicting his life. As we conclude our journey into the life of liver-eating Johnson, the infamous mountain man of the Old West, we're left with a tapestry woven from the threads of adventure, survival, and the enduring spirit of the frontier. From his early days as a sailor to the tumultuous years of the Plains Indian Wars, Johnson's story is one of resilience and courage. His legacy, etched in the annals of history, challenges us to navigate the complexities of his character, legendary hero or ruthless avenger. The Old West, with its vast landscapes and untamed challenges, shaped Johnson into a man of many roles, each adding a layer to his enigmatic persona. So let the echoes of liver-eating Johnson's exploits linger, a reminder of an era where survival demanded extraordinary measures. As we bid farewell to this chapter of the Old West, may the legend of this notorious mountain man continue to captivate and inspire, a testament to the indomitable spirit that once roamed the rugged frontiers of our nation.
Please like and share if you find the video content interesting and useful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below so as not to miss the upcoming interesting videos. Thanks for watching.